All right, everyone. Welcome to the world of GoSS, Grand Operational Simulation Series. I posted on Facebook what can you do with the GoSS system? What mechanics does it have? One of them is, I just threw this together. We have the 26th, part of the 26th Division, Infantry Division. And we have two regiments. We have the 104th and we have the 328. And what I did was I was going to be bringing on Piper's units. As you can see, we have Tiger, we have a Panther, we have a Panzer IV here, another Panzer V. Where else? I noticed here's another Tiger. So there is a big amount of armor coming in. And so what I said was, let's say you had to defend that area and you were given this core AT and you had this Sherman M4. Now you can break this down into 3 companies and you can break down this AT into 3 companies. You can actually even break this AT down into smaller units, into Z steps, which for every company unit you can have 2 of these, because the most thing you care about is that superscript right there at 3. Let me zoom in. So all you care about is that 3 there, because that's your armor factor or your AT factor, that when you face armor, you get to minus their effect against you. For instance, let's just take this Panzer IV. It has a 4 value of armor factor, so you're going to take your 3 against that 4, which they will have 1 greater than you. For every value greater is a plus 10 to the dice roll. So as a defender, you want to get negative DRMs for you, and of course the attacker wants to get positive. So basically, having that is going to help, and then also being in terrain like in the woods, which the woods will mitigate as much as possible armor factors. If you're caught in rough, I believe it's a 1 mitigation. In woods, it leaves you with 1 value, and we can take a look at this. Didn't want to jump off subject, but let's just take quickly a look. So if you're in woods, right away, let me get the Panzer. So right away, their armor factor is going to be now a 3. So that's what that stands for. When you see a negative, it's taken away an armor factor. If you're in the woods, what that's saying is it's going to take away 2. The maximum you can bring in the woods is 2. That's the max. In the forest, which that's what that was, it will take away 2, but the maximum armor factors that you can bring into a forest is 1. So what that would mean is, this is a perfect example. Let's say you had a Tiger going in. As you can see, it's a 7. 2 minus 7 is going to leave you with 5, but you cannot have a 5 armor factor in the forest. The max you can have is going to be 1. That is it. So if somebody now, an infantry unit, is having this, so the forest is going to take away 2. They have maximum they could bring in is 1, but now this 3 will remove that 1. So that's what you're looking to do when you have things like this. But going back to the system, what I was saying, the beautiful thing is that you can now break these down and bring these into companies, right? And then you can say, okay, I'm going to put one with you. You're going to need one for helping defend. You will need one. And then let's say you wanted to spread out some ATs. What you can do is break these down into even smaller ones. So you can say, okay, I'm gonna give AT here. I'm gonna give AT up here. So everybody is gonna actually get an AT unit with them to help with their defense on what's going on. Then you can also say, hey, I need to get more units spread out. Let's break down this battalion and let's now get these guys out into other areas and let's get them some help at the end of the day. And so that's how you can put these things together, because now if let's say I don't know, say a Panzer IV comes up on them, we know we're going to do well because we have a 3 and we're not going to get slaughtered by this armor factor. Now they're strong, they're a 10, and we're going to be a 2, so they're going to do very well against us. So you might want to maybe throw this guy up front with some, and have a better chance of defending themselves, because now we're an 8 to 10. That's going to put you probably, it's going to be on the 1-to-1. And you can, not the 1-to-1, but 3-to-2. And you can see how much you can mix and match if you want to throw this with him. Now you really beefed up their defense, because now you have a company of Shermans. You have a strong battalion, especially with his PR rating, proficiency rating of a 7. He's got AT, so he's got armor factor right here, and he's got AT factor against this Panzer IV. So the flexibility, like I said, is there. It's whatever good tactical players can put together. People know how to play the GoSS system, know that you want to get into terrain like this, constricted terrain. So with constricted terrain, you can bring in 1 battalion and a company unit. This unit will be, what do you call that again? Organic. So they count as 1 unit. So you can jump into this terrain with this. And so someone who has, let's say, I'm just going to bring in, let's say this was going on. They couldn't attack because they're 2 battalions. 2 battalions cannot attack into constricted terrain. You have to be within stacking limits to attack in there. So I'm going to put together a little game for myself. The map I'm playing on, let me zoom out. Just a small map. And yeah, hope that was helpful to people who wanted to know what kind of things can you do in the GoSS system, where you can break down units and spread them around to everybody and help out. You can also do that really quick. If you had an engineer, right, you can break down engineers as well. So you can also do that. So an engineer, you can get 3 companies of engineers and give it out to units to help them with attacking cities, or build things or blow up bridges. So I'll leave it here. Just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown. I'll talk to you guys later.